Hey guys, I'm the fan guy, and in this video I'll once again talk about the Z fighters. Few days back I made a video explaining why I think the Z fighters should become relevant again, and also highlighted how all the fans want it too. The link is on the description below. I hope you will check it out too. So basically, ever since Dragon Ball Super started, we the fans have been waiting to see the Z fighters, namely Tien, Krillin, Roshi, Chiaotzu and Yamcha, get some reasonable role. But as of yet, they haven't been quite relevant. They did get some attention against Frieza's army, but that's about all. Now, if we assume that Super does have some plans for them and will bring them back, how do you think they might do it? Now, there are mainly two problems in hand. Dragon Ball already set up alternatives to the Z fighters by introducing many new characters and fighters. So, giving them important roles might become difficult. And it can't be like only one of them gets a power boost. Let's say they decide to give a power boost to Krillin. Then obviously the fans will want the same thing to happen with Tien and Yamcha. But can Dragon Ball really afford to give so much screen time behind all these characters at this point of time? Probably not. Again, now, there exists a huge margin of power difference between the Z fighters and the Saiyans, mainly Goku and Vegeta. So how can they come close or become powerful enough to have mentionable roles? After all these times, if they train for a while and reach near the level of Goku or Vegeta, then it would end up meaning they have more potential than them, and if they trained, they could surpass them. That is obviously not true and would be befitting. But then again, we don't want the Z fighters to become totally useless, and we certainly don't want to see this group of people who once dedicated their lives for fighting pass the rest of the episodes being bystanders. So, at this point, what can they possibly do to make them logically strong enough to be in the battlefield and also express that in a limited amount of screen time without giving each individual too much moments? Make them all fuse into one being. Let's imagine a scenario where Goku and Vegeta got somehow stuck in another universe and can't protect the Earth, and they get warning that Earth might get attacked by someone. So all the Z fighters gather together and trains, pushing themselves beyond their limits. But at a point they realize no matter how hard they train, they can't really become strong enough in such a short time. So they find a way to fuse together, maybe without any time limit. So all the Z fighters fuse into one to become a reasonably strong character that could have some level of involvement in the battles. Even if it's small, it would certainly be better than them being bystanders. This would also be very refreshing to watch, and the writers can really give them a very creative set of moves. The character's martial art or fighting knowledge would obviously be superior thanks to Master Roshi. Then again, each of these individuals has some unique moves. Let's for example say Chiaotzu's psychic moves would turn out how Chiaotzu's psychic move would turn out if he had higher power level. Like in Dragon Ball, we saw him stopping Kid Goku without even touching. It might be useless now since he is too weak, but what if he gets to use the move while being in that fused form? They could certainly combine all their moves and create some exciting fusion moves. In short, this looks like an interesting idea and would be reasonable, and also would be able to surprise all the fans of the Z fighters. And also do justice to all the characters out there. I understand this might not be the best of move, but Dragon Ball isn't One Piece. We don't have infinite amount of episodes. So in a limited amount of time, this is what sounds like a reasonable thing to do. They could also spice things up by throwing this fused character a side story with an old villain or something like that, or do some kind of